Yo, let's get into this rundown, man.
Rundown, it's the rundown. We back with the rundown. What we got?
We got your homie Lia Thomas. Or home at, or you know what I'm saying? Whatever.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say disrespect, but I don't know. You know what I mean? All I saw was a picture of her winning a swimming championship, and she looked like 2 feet taller than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like this is kind of crazy to me. Actually, I was gonna make an executive mindset on this, but I don't know. I didn't have the time or whatnot. But this is what gets me, because I think they said that, you know, this dude turned female was a like near 500.
400, I believe 463.
463 in the men's.
463rd ranked.
And then now he or she won like the nationals or something, like for the women's.
Ranked number 1.
Ranked number 1. And so this is what we talked about this a while ago, as far as I think maybe somebody would doubt me or something, talking about Serena Williams and Venus Williams. They're like, do you think you can beat Serena and Venus? At my peak, like in my prime, like I would be like, yeah.
Well, I mean, so like, you remember that movie? It was a movie or something they made out. No, it wasn't. They made a movie, but no, this happened in real life. The Battle of the Sexes.
Yeah.
It was Billie Jean.
And
I can't even remember who.
I know the dude talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He was a washed up. It wasn't like
he was old.
Right. He wasn't the number 1 ranked guy.
He was old.
He was a washed up, retired guy who had made all of these claims. It wasn't like she played Arthur Ashe.
Right. Or even somebody that's lower on the tour, on the men's tour at that time, which would be more equivalent.
What's the guy named Blake? Blake dude?
James Blake?
James, they used to play. Is he still playing?
No, he retired now.
But
he commentates a little bit.
Like, I guarantee you, unless it's the number 1 chick,
right?
Most of them women could not. I'm just sorry. But like, nigga, put Sheldon Williams in a wig. For those of you all remember, because
he messed it up for everybody. He messed it up for Candace, man. Right? He messed it up, man.
But like, put Sheldon Williams in a wig and put him in the WNBA.
2020.
Who?
25 and 20. 25, 25.
Like, Brittany Griner wouldn't be able to do nothing with him.
Nah, not at all.
And she every bit of 6'9".
Right. Yeah. Or take somebody like, put who we got for Memphis who the center for Memphis?
Steven Adams. Oh, they really would be able to do nothing.
Steven Adams. No, I'm talking about the Tigers.
Oh.
I'm talking about the Tigers. I'm thinking like back in the day, remember Will Coleman?
Mm-hmm.
Put Will Coleman. He like 6'8", 6'9", 260.
David
Vaughn. Put him. You know,
keep in mind, David Vaughn was a 20-12 guy in college.
He didn't really have that good of an NBA career.
No. Well, I mean, you know, his career after he hurt his leg in college,
yeah, he knew
he wasn't going to be. But still, he came back from that and was a 20-something 12 guy in college, playing versus other 7-footers.
Put him in the women's WNBA or whatever, stuff like that. Like, to me, it's going too far. Like, this will hit home to me because I do have a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I will.
Yeah, you and I both.
Be putting her. We both got daughter. I'm tripping. And, you know, I plan to put my daughter in sports and stuff. And so you hate to think that now, you know, it's because there's no way you can compete. Like, you can try to change your genitalia or put a wig on or do whatever. But a 15-year-old teenager versus a 15-year-old girl, like, unless you like FloJo or something, you gonna lose 9 out of 10 times, more than likely. Maybe 8 out of 10 at the, you know what I'm saying, at the least. You know what I mean? So this Lia Thomas thing to me is, you know, then I seen articles where people are talking about, you know, we should be congratulating her like we should everybody else because she's a trailblazer. You know, so this is like CNN and NBC, you know, news that I saw some articles about that. So I'm just like,
man, dude,
come on, man.
Even to the women that I know that are lesbians, that's disrespectful to them. Because that's still a woman.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like we talked about earlier, to think that you don't know what it's like to go through having a cycle, have a menstrual cycle. Message that you have to deal with every month.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what it's like to be pregnant and get morning sickness and be nauseous and just certain things that women have to deal with.
Hormonal stuff.
You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what that's like.
True.
I don't, like you said, I don't give a fuck what you do with your genitalia. If we got to lift an engine block or a couch, I'm going to need you to get your end.
Right.
I don't care what you did with your hair. I'm going to need you to grab your end, fella.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you get through, what you do on your personal time is fine, but I'm going to need you to grab the end of that couch.
Yeah.
And I've said this before. I worked with a guy back at FedEx, and this was before.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying something like that.
Before the world was where it is now. And
yeah.
This is the crazy thing. And next time whenever you talk to Keenan Stewart can vouch. Because old boy was friends with Keenan's girlfriend. So we used to like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was riding with Keenan, but sometimes Keenan had to drop his girl off after work. And old boy stayed in the same apartment complexes like Keenan girl, like they was friends.
Right.
So now we're all walking, and it's like we're walking out, and so people looking like, okay, which one of them with the dude that's dressed like a woman? Now I didn't give I know who I am,
right,
and I don't have a right to judge somebody because they live differently than I do. That's not for me to do. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like Antoine worked on my flight. I tell them, I didn't mean to say his name. But you probably have to right. Yeah. But I would tell him like, cause he'd be down there trying to act like he couldn't lift certain stuff to put in the can that go on the plane. I'm like, nigga, if you don't grab, like, I got my, like, man, look, I don't care what you do in your personal time, but when you hit that clock on my time, I'm gonna need you to get that in that can.
Yeah, strap that.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing, dude. Like you said, we got daughters, man, and that's just not cool to think that, like, you're not only competing with other biological women, but then you got to compete with people who in their brain, and that's fine. If that's what you want to do up here, that's fine. But like, let's keep it a book.
Right.
You still need, fine, go and dress up like a woman, but you still need to be the same 463rd ranked person that you was before you got an unfair advantage.
It need to be, because somebody like a Candace Parker, she cold in her right, but put her in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? She would look totally different.
And not to say she wouldn't get buckets, not to say
she could get a few buckets.
She is going to be a legit Hall of Famer when she retires. But to your point, if she was in the NBA,
message.
Did you see the documentary on the I forget what the name of it is, but it's like it's about Cheryl Miller.
I know something. I haven't seen it though.
It talked about how and they started off by saying imagine like Michael Jordan got injured versus his second year, but he was able to come back and he dropped 63 points on Boston. He's like, but imagine if Michael Jordan got injured and never came back from that. And it was like, that was Cheryl Miller. And so they talked about I forgot Cynthia Cooper that was in the WNBA to play with. She played with them in college. JaVale McGee mom, his auntie, the twins, they played with, and man, they was serving. You know what I'm saying? But when they asked her, if she thought she could play in the NBA, she was like, oh, well, me and my little brother Reggie, he plays for UCLA. We've talked about this. She was like, but no. She's like, I really feel like, women need a professional league. Aha. Now keep in mind.
Right.
She was a junior in college. She hadn't even got to her senior year. They was asking her, did she think she could play professional? And she said, I think women need a professional league. And they, in her junior year, they were saying she was the best woman to play, the best female player ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she was like, no, I can't play. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I know I can't do that.
It's a different sport, man. It's a different everything else. So when I saw that with the Lia Thomas thing, I was like, bro, here we go.
Keep it presidential.